Like you said on the court that there was an obvious tension through this match. Why do you think it was this much tension?
Well, I mean, playing on the center stage against Joe, who I consider, you know, one of the greatest rivals that I had throughout my life, my career. First Grand Slam final I had played against him. You know, we played many thrilling matches and Olympic Games all over the world, every possible surface. And as I said on the court, you know, because of his injuries, he dropped his ranking, but the ranking is definitely not showing the right picture of his quality. And you know, I'm glad to see him playing. I hope that that he can get back where he deserves. You know, at the top of the tennis game, men's game. So, yeah, I mean, knowing the history of what I had with him, I guess that's what brought even more, I guess, weight on this encounter tonight. So I did feel a bit more nervy than I usually do, and but that made me focus even more, I guess.
We had quite an interesting chat with Dennis earlier about how he would go about preparing to play you, and he said he would spend some time watching videos of Nadal's matches against you and kind of trying to learn patterns of how Nadal breaks you down. Do you notice kind of any similarities between his game and Rafa's beyond kind of being a lefty? And I suppose, does that worry you that he's coming out with Nadal?
Everyone has access to YouTube, so it doesn't worry me at all. Actually, I'm glad to hear that he's doing his homework and research. It's important for a young player, and he's impressive, not just as a talented tennis player, but also how he goes about, you know, his professionalism, his commitments, and how he deals with pressure and how confident he is on the court. It's quite impressive. I've been following him obviously for the last couple of years because he's one of the you know, next gen stars and promising young players. Yeah, he's very pumped. He brings a lot of energy to the court, which is great to see. So I expect a really interesting encounter. He will not have anything really to lose, and so I'm sure he's gonna come out really pumped. On the other hand, in terms of his preparation, yeah, I guess he knows what he's doing. Nadal and him, yes, I mean, the only thing they're sharing, I think, is the left hand. I don't think they share, you know, many similarities in their game. I think it's quite different.
Novak, we just had the latest start of a match at the Australian Open. I don't know if you know, but Konta and Muguruza started their match at 12:30.
After midnight.
So I'm just wondering, is this the next step in terms of addressing this kind of thing? Do you think it should happen at a slam with the stakes so high? Do you think it's unavoidable?
Well, I don't know what Konta and Muguruza, you know, what was the process of decision making. I guess I would assume if the rules are the same, both for men's and women's tennis, that they could have said that if it's after post midnight, that they could have postponed it for tomorrow. I mean, I would assume that that's the case, but I guess they both wanted to play after waiting for a long time. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it happened many times, and the men's part and women's as well, that you go after midnight because, you know, you get to this kind of particular situation where, you know, you wait for hours and hours and hours, and then you know, are about to make the decision whether you want to go out on the court or not. Of course, you're tired and everything from, you know, waiting for an entire day, but at the same time, you just want to get it over with, you know, and just play the match. So I understand why, you know, why they probably decided to go out and play.
Novak, there's such a strong, sort of vibrant Serbian community in Melbourne. It's been with you in your matches all since, like, back to 2008 and even before that. I'm just curious if you have any particular memorable moments with Serbian people here in Melbourne, either on site or away around the city, and if you've gone to any of the sort of Serbian restaurants and things like that around town.
Yes, there's a place called Ligon Lodge in Ligon Street. I used to go there. Haven't been there for several years, but I used to go there. And most of the other Serbian tennis players go there as well, and you know, Serbian church is a place, I guess, where we get to see the Serbian people and where community gathers for, you know, the Orthodox New Year, which is on between 13 and 14 of January, or our Christmas, which is on 7th of January. That's when, you know, over the years I did go to church when I could, and saw a lot of people and interacted with them, and of course at the tennis site. And I'm very grateful to experience a lot of support, and it's a quite big community, as you said, very loud, and it helps at times.
Do you find yourself sort of craving the sort of like feelings of home, being around Serbian people when you're this far away?
I mean, I'm really glad to meet, you know, people from my country. Absolutely, you know, anywhere I go, I, you know, try to embrace the fact that there might be a community, you know, regardless of how big or small, and I try to meet with some people and exchange, you know, words or whatever it is, or invite them to come and watch me play, or whatever that is. You know, it's nice. It's just, you know, I guess nurtures the culture and tradition, and me as one of the athletes from our country that is, you know, internationally successful, I feel there is also a responsibility, you know, to represent the country in the right way. And, you know, for a lot of those people, especially who live here, they have not, you know, seen or been to Serbia for a long time. So for them, it's quite a treat to have, you know, me playing here and other tennis players from Serbia or other sports events, and it's quite far away from home.
We'll take one final question. Novak, you were asked on court about your journey for the last 12 months, like from where you were last year to where you are here.
Yes.
Just talk us a little bit through that journey. Like, what's been the biggest, you know, the biggest thing for you to get to where you are now?
Well, I think you probably one of the biggest lessons I had to, I guess, learn is patience, and really trusting life and trusting the process, that things will come. That things will, you know, I guess, get to a point where I want to be, or what I would like to achieve, or how I want to play. I just needed to trust the process, be patient, and I was impatient, to be honest, especially after surgery, and I was rushing, you know, way too early to get back into competitive tennis. I was able to play a month or 5 weeks after my surgery, which was quite fast considering, and to be honest, probably everyone around me was against me playing in Indian Wells in Miami, but I was insisting. And if I can turn back time, would I change it? No, I wouldn't, because I don't regret anything. I really believe that has also kind of shaped and formed my months after that, where I just had to learn the lesson, you know, the hard way, I guess. But then there was an amazing, I guess, switch and turning point around grass court season time, beginning of grass court. Probably those mountains in France where I went to climb and visit with my wife. You know, 4 or 5 days we had an amazing quality time together, hiking, contemplating on our lives and everything. And well, after that it was all, you know, straightforward, kind of upwards trajectory, you know, in terms of my tennis. So I'm if I have to pick one, you know, one period, that would be the one.
Thank you.
Thank you.